Next, we're going to go over the food types for ectomorphic or mesomorphic individuals, meaning skinnier, like smaller bone individuals, or athletic build, more boxier people. Ectomorphs have a hard time gaining weight, hard time gaining muscle mass, but have an easy time losing body fat. Mesomorphs are like the best body type you could have. If you don't have it, I'm sorry. I don't really have it either, but you can gain muscle rapidly, you can lose fat pretty easily also. So we're gonna go over the macros and the food types. For those, I kind of put them similar. The food types are kind of similar that I use for clients with regards to the body type. So first we're gonna do protein. Protein sources are gonna be lean meats, but rather than endomorphs, high in fish. You can use fish if you would like, but I want you to incorporate more like grass-fed beef, red meat sources. Just because it's going to be loaded more with saturated fat, which we'll get to later in the fat section. But for now, I'm going to list off the type of proteins that I want you to be focusing on. Chicken, whole eggs, 99% lean turkey, egg whites, 93.7 or 96.4 ground beef, grass-fed. If you can invest in grass-fed, I said it before, this grass-fed sources of meat is going to be way better. Let me say it, way better than any supplement you can get on the market by far, hands down. Okay, grass-fed beef. We could do the lean ground lamb or bison. We can also incorporate salmon or whitefish like tuna or tilapia or cod. Any of those sources are fine. You're going to see that your fats are going to be a little lower, your carbs are going to be a little higher. So you're pretty much going to be sticking to leaner sources. But for the fat that you do get, I want it all from animal sources. So nothing like peanut butters or almond butters or all that stuff. In a sense, it's fine, but I would rather you stick to these meats and get the fats from these meats also. So next, we're going to talk about carbohydrates. With an ecto or meso, it's going to be different than an endomorph because your metabolism is going to be a little higher. Your body's going to allow more calories, and you're going to be able to utilize carbohydrates a little easier. So here are the food sources that I want you to be using and incorporating in your plan that you're going to build, okay? Jasmine rice. White jasmine rice, okay? Give me brown, but white seems to digest better and works a lot better with people, in my opinion, okay? We're gonna do yams, okay? Oats are still fine. Ezekiel bread, still fine, okay? Quinoa, still fine. So the same vegetables are fine. Also, broccoli, cucumber, those two are big ones. I want you to try to incorporate a lot in the day. But honestly, you can incorporate any vegetable. Like, have as many vegetables as you'd like. Well, you're gonna be tracking it, but incorporate all different varieties of vegetables. Whatever you like, eat it. That's what I want you to have, is the most vegetables in your diet that you like to eat, because that's gonna give you the micronutrients that you need, okay? So there's a couple more things. These carbohydrates are gonna be more spread throughout the day away from your workout. So when you're gonna be eating pre and post workout meals, they're gonna tend to be higher in carbohydrates, okay? And so with these meals, I want a quicker digesting carbohydrate. So here are a couple sources that you can look into. Cream of wheat or cream of rice, okay? That's a great one. Rice crispy cereal, okay, that's a great one. You can use protein powder. I didn't put that in the protein section because it's not a whole food, but if you're supplementing with protein powders, you can do, make the protein, the flavored protein into a milk. Don't use milk, but into a milk, and you can pour it over the Rice Krispie cereal, and it tastes really good. You can use like almond milk. I take that back. You can use almond milk if you'd like, but I just see we're gonna limit the amount of dairy. Not that I'm scared of dairy, but I've seen just different people digest lactose. You know, most people are lactose intolerant and they don't know it. So if you eliminate that, you're taking out that variable. Okay. So cream of wheat, Rice Krispie cereal, ectomorphs. This might sound kind of strange, but you can probably have pancakes post-workout. Just keep the fats low by having sugar-free syrup. And if you really want, I would do sugar-free jam with it also. It's going to keep the sugars low. But, for ectos, you can have pancakes for the skinny people. So that kind of sums it up. If you have any questions, you can message me and say, hey, does this food sound okay? And I'll give you my honest opinion. There's probably some more foods that I haven't listed, but these are the general foods that I want you to be having. These types of carbs, any type of vegetable, and these quicker digesting carbohydrates around your workout, especially post-workout. Okay? Last, we're going to talk about your fat sources. So we're going to keep as much saturated fat as we can in your diet. This is going to directly relate to your testosterone levels and the preservation of muscle mass, okay? You can lose fat pretty easily, but we're going to maintain or build muscle while losing fat. And that's going to be hard for ectomorphs, or not really that hard for mesomorphs, but we're going to try to preserve as much muscle mass as we can. We do that by increasing our saturated fat, okay? So, our fat sources are going to come from the beef, okay? The whole eggs. Okay, so whole egg, ground beef. Your fats are going to be relatively low. Okay, so if you have any more room to put fats in, you can use these sources also. Kerrygold, Irish butter, Kerrygold Irish butter. You can use coconut oil or butter. Okay. And then also you're going to be getting fats from like salmon. Okay. I do want you guys to be having a supplement form of fish oil, but I recommend that you guys really only need about 4 grams total a day instead of 9 to 12 like the endomorphs. So about 4 grams total for the day from a supplemental form. So fish oil, omega-3 rich. And then for the spices, you can also incorporate cinnamon. If you're training hard, a great one is, turmeric for anti-inflammatory purposes. You can do spicy stuff like cayenne pepper. There's no like certain spices that are going to like make you lose weight, but you know, cayenne pepper make you maybe a little hotter, maybe a little more thermogenesis. It's really not that big of a deal. So you could also have like lemon juice. And I would do that like, you know, pre-workout or something like that. Another thing is sea salt. Okay, I want you having sea salt on every meal. Okay, especially Ectos. I want you to increase your sodium, and we're going to talk about water later. But the reason why I want you to increase sodium is because it's going to pull more water into the muscle, and it's going to make you have a higher level of performance. And that's what we want, right? Okay, so here's a basic overview of the food types. Here's how I want you to split them up. So now that we've talked about the food types, what you're going to be eating throughout the day, let's see how we're going to split them up. So for Ectos and Mesos, I want you to split it up 4 to 6 meals throughout the day, okay? For your protein, I want to try to hit the same amount of protein in each meal. So if you're 200 pounds and you have 5 meals, you're going to eat 40 grams of protein per meal, right? Perfect. You're going to have the leaner sources, so chicken, the 99% lean ground turkey. You're going to have those around your workout, okay? We're going to try to make it just carbohydrates and protein pre and post workout. Limit the fats, okay? You can have the ground beef or whatever in the other parts of the day. So carbs, I want you to have the lower glycemic carbs throughout the day. So the yams, the oats, the Ezekiel bread, quinoa, vegetables, you can have those in every meal throughout the day. And then pre and post workout, I want you to have a little higher glycemic carbohydrate. So, you know, the jasmine rice, cream of wheat, the cream of rice, the Rice Krispies, for you Ectos, the pancakes post workout. That's how I want you to split it up for you guys. Try and structure the majority of your carbs. So about 60 to 70% of your carbs, I want it pre and post workout. So if you do 30% before, 30% after, but you gotta do the math and structure most of your carbs around your workout. Lastly is the fats. Like I said, we're sticking to saturated fat, and your fats are not gonna be that high. It shouldn't be. So what I want you to put is fats in every single meal except for pre and post. Try to limit the fat. Okay, this is just because it's going to slow down digestion and might, you know, send you into the gym feeling full. You don't want that. Also, post workout, we're trying to absorb the nutrients as fast as we